I wanted to escape. The noise, the pressure, the busy people heading nowhere, the reality that doesn't always feel
When will
real.
you get married?
Your biological
When will
clock
you
what
get
you're
your
doing.
job?
Make sure to invest in
Your
a
van is
401k.
Day 1 journal entry. 6 miles and a lot of incline. A mild day. Today was about settling in to my pack, to the trail, to the silence that nature holds. Today was about getting familiar with this landscape and this wildlife, because I know once it feels familiar, I start to feel safe.
Not fishing tonight because I want to get rid of food to lighten up my pack for the rest of the week. So chicken tonight. Who knows? Maybe I'll do trout tomorrow night. But I'm not even hungry right now, so kind of just forcing myself to eat.
It's an interesting feeling leaving for a trip like this. Walking into the wilderness is one of those things that, when you reemerge, you will be different. I've left as one person, affected and colored by the things the world tells me to care about. But out here, well, I just know how the wilderness strips a lot of that away. And on a more important note, around 8 o'clock tonight, I saw my first moose of the trip.
Keela, what are you doing? She is so happy this morning. She's just running around. Akila! Mosquito. Oh.
Good morning. Good morning. Are you happy?
You ready for spring? I am sore.
Good.
I wanted to wake up early and get the sunrise, but I was just too tired. Maybe tomorrow. Woo! Bruises. Oh, the hip bruises. Ah. It's alright, the pain goes away in the first 10 minutes. Oh, yep. You got another full day of hiking. Good thing you're so tough. I know. So I've passed a few people at this point, and every time we stop and do the classic, like, where are you coming from? Where are you headed to? And whenever I tell them, oh, I'm heading over to Seven Brothers, they're either like, oh, I've never heard of that, or, oh, Have fun. It's making me a little nervous. This was the day I was most worried about. The tiny lines on a map that show elevation gain are one thing. Being there, hiking it, in whatever weather rolls in that day, is a different thing. The real thing. You find out if those blue lines on that map actually hold water, or if the lack of green splotches on the map mean boulder fields, or just loose rock paths. It's preparation, then commitment, then adjustment, based on what you find. Finally, the valley. There's tequila. I am so happy to see the valley. Tequila's napping beside me. It's 2 o'clock, so we've been hiking for 5 hours. This is the most difficult solo trip I've ever done. Akila is out. I think I'm gonna probably stay here for an hour and let her rest for at least an hour. Probably give her the rest of my water. Okay, 0.13. No, I'm farther than that. Yeah, I am farther than that. I guess now I just rest. Day 2 journal entry. Today was really hard. I knew it would be. And while I would never leave Akila behind on an adventure, having her here with me certainly adds a layer of difficulty. Keeping her safe, hydrated, monitoring her body throughout each day. But I trust myself, and my experience, and my knowledge, and most importantly, our connection. There is nothing better than really cold water that was just filtered from a stream. There is some weather moving in. Akila had the right idea. I know, girl. She's still passed out. Well, I actually just got her up. She drank from the river here and then went back to bed. Well, it looks like the sun came out for dinner. A continuation of day 2 journal entry. Each time I spend days in the backcountry, I feel shaken back to the realization that this is where I came from. This is where the root of who we are was born. That really my comfort should lie here. I think Paul Rosley said it best when he explained that there used to be wilderness and nature with patches of humans. But now there are humans with patches of wilderness. We've swallowed it up. And while this always makes me sad, I also feel grateful that it's not all gone yet. I wonder if I can do anything about this.
What? You already had your dinner.
I have decided to have a wonderful dessert of marshmallow supreme hot chocolate. I'm definitely sore. My feet are really sore, my hips are sore. Even with all of that, it is amazing to me how fast our bodies respond and acclimate to what they're being asked of. The challenging your body paired with being in the wilderness. I don't think there is any other thing that makes you more present and aware, hyper aware of each moment. I only have 2 more marshmallow supreme packages. It's
7 right now, and there's supposed to be a lightning storm today. I just asked my inReach to update the basic weather information because it does break it down by time, but also it's the mountains, and mountains are unpredictable as it is. So, Akila, I don't know what to do. Just updated. So, now it's telling me Thursday, it's 49 degrees right now. It's gonna be a chilly day. I wanna be settled before a lightning storm comes. Akila, girl, we gotta get going. Akila has really never been a morning person to begin with, so backpacking days are no exception.
Leave it.
Okay. It's getting darker over the pass and just spreading down this ridge line. Ooh, temperature just dropped a lot. Just crossed that river. Clouds are here. Oh! Okay. You have an awful lot of energy for somebody that doesn't want to carry their pack. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't see any markings. There should be a fork in the trail soon. That's kind of my next important point to get to. Finally. Oh, Akila. 24 into 44 into 45. Oh. This means we have just over a mile until the climb, I think. Unless it's a half a mile to the climb. All right, Akila, let's get moving, girl. Are you ready to finish this out? We're not going back yet. This water. So fucking cold. All right. Right over this ridge is our halfway point. I'm coming. I'm coming. We made it, Akila. We're so close. Akila, hold on. All right, girl, we gotta go. Rain is coming. Good girl, Akila. Good find. This is perfect. Oh, what a day. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? You did so good today. There is literally nothing better than being like damp and cold and then crawling into a tent and putting on a warm fuzzy fleece and a hat and fresh socks. The amount of joy that I feel right now, unmatched. It looks like the sun is peeking out. I think I'm going to take a look. This makes me think about the time when my brother Noah and I and our friend Nathan traveled Norway for 3 weeks-ish. We did Norway and Sweden, and we just car camped the whole time. And the groceries in Norway are so expensive, so we just lived on cheese and meat and these like vanilla type cookies, like a vanilla Oreo type cookies. That's like, oh, and skyr. And that's pretty much all we ate. The occasional tavern, and then every night we slept in a tent, all three of us. And it was shoulder season, so it was quite gloomy, and it rained. And right now, like, you could convince me that I'm in Norway. And that Noah and Nathan are bathing in that little lake. What a good time.
Day 3 journal entry. The moment we crested the ridge, the wind gained strength, the clouds darkened, and the rain began. Akila trotted ahead through the rain, seemingly scoping out camp, then turned off the trail, disappearing into a low area near a small lake. We could not have found a better camp. Our little home is the only place protected from the wind. It is so close, it is so loud, but not reaching our little hideout. "4:15 is when the lake began to calm and the first trout jumped up through the surface. This is when they began top feeding.
Look at that beautiful fish.
I just cleaned my first trout out here. I am also going to try to catch one for Akila since she could definitely use the calories. And once I do, then it'll be dinner time. So for Akila's dinner, I am going to boil both of the heads and the smaller trout. That way she can get all of the nutrients from boiling the heads, and it'll be very easy for me to rip out all of the bones. Just like that, absolutely no bones in that trout meat. You leave that trout. Serious. Day 3 journal entry continued. It has taken 3 full days. My mind has quieted. I can sit in silence for long periods of time without discomfort or boredom. I feel really present, noting colors and light, each sound and shifting smell. I feel light and secure, like I want to dive deeper into this. And I wonder how long I could last out here until I would feel pulled back to everything that I have briefly walked away from. As I read my current book this afternoon, this quote from the author made me pause. He was confounded by the idea that passing the prime of your life in a cubicle, spending hours a day at a computer, in exchange for money, was considered acceptable, but relaxing in a tent in the woods was disturbed. Observing the trees was indolent. Cutting them down was enterprising. What did Knight do for a living? He lived for a living. We are so tired. I woke up this morning for sunrise to see if I could get any cool shots, and then I went back to bed. Akila didn't even get up with me. Then I went back to bed. We slept until 10 o'clock. It seems like my body just knew that it had to be in go mode these last 3 days. My body's like really soaking it in. I'm just craving fat. Day 4, journal entry. Today was slow. We needed a day like today. The clouds grew at noon, teasing rain that never came. We explored Lake 7, or what I call Lake 7, where the trail finally ended, and while it was certainly breathtaking, it lacked the coziness that we feel here at Lake 5. Why is it that solo adventures such as this challenge the mind so deeply? I guess that's the point, though. There are those physical days where the body struggles and the muscles ache and the bruises deepen. Those days sometimes are easier than these days, the rest days, with no distractions, screens, communications, or escape from what your mind chooses to dwell on, chooses to hold in front of you to finally take a look at. But the biggest task for this day was preparing for tomorrow. I planned our route, our bodies have rested. We are ready to take on tomorrow's mileage. I'm almost packed up for the day. Akila has a little pep in her step. Seems like the day of rest was perfect for her. Making coffee. And then we have, I think it's like maybe 8 miles, but it's almost entirely uphill, except for this first climb down over this ridge. And she's gonna wear her pack today, and then I'll carry it the rest of the way tomorrow. Tomorrow it's gonna be like 11 to 12 miles, including the mountain pass, so we've got a big 2 days ahead of us. Yeah. It is a beautiful morning to hike out of here. Up that valley, between those mountains is where we're headed. I'm coming! Day 5, journal entry. What I feel now with these towering cliffs on day 5 is in stark contrast to how I felt on day 2. As I crossed this mountain pass on that day, I felt almost panicked by their enormity and by the coldness, everything so exposed and new. I wanted to rush past these cliffs into the perceived safety of the deeper valley. And I did. I can barely hold my arm up. You did so good. You are so tough. The mountain pass is right here on the other side of these trees. That's where we're gonna start a really steep, exposed climb in the morning. But today I set up camp at the base of that mountain pass, and I couldn't be more content. I feel at home in this valley. The small group of pines provides us with plenty of shade, and the sun, as it's been setting, has slowly illuminated the waterfalls on the valley cliffs that I hadn't noticed before. It is a beautiful reminder, one that I continue to relearn out here, that I really never need to rush through anything. I just need to settle into newness and settle into discomfort, because that's the only way to not only learn,
but also notice the beauty.
How was your nap, Akila?
Day 6, journal entry. At 6 a.m., I stepped out of my tent and experienced the most spectacular morning.
I don't know what to do. He's still right there, but I have to pack up. Akila has been so patient. I have never experienced something like that. We woke up, I was so focused on the mule deer, which was kind of behind our tent, very close. I was like, wow, that mule deer is so close. And then I got out of the tent to get a better angle at her. Akila did follow me and she just sat and watched the deer. We were right by the tent and I just turned and saw a big dark mass not 15 yards from the tent, and Akila didn't see him, and so I just was like, oh. I said, Akila kennel, and she went back into the tent and she laid down, and then I zipped up the rain fly so she couldn't see anything, so she was just napping in there while I got the most incredible footage of this velveted moose. Holy shit. Akila, this way. Come on. It's still out here. It's only just like 2 pockets of trees away. Akila doesn't wander with me in camp. She just stays around camp, so I'm not worried about her. Oh my gosh. Are you having a hard time pooping? There we go. Oh my gosh, what a morning. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, that was so cool. You want some breakfast? Oh my goodness, she's got energy. Good, because we have a big old mountain pass. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. I have to pack up. Pull yourself together, man. Oh my god. Thank you, Moose.
So I guess this solo trip really wasn't about escaping after all. It was more about seeking.
I'm all packed up. Say goodbye to the moose. I have Akila's pack. We're gonna tackle this mountain pass. The weather's perfect for this. So hopefully it's not as bad as we remember. All right, girl.
After 6 days immersed in this incredible wilderness and wildlife and risk, and unpredictable weather, with everything I needed on my back, I am leaving lighter in more ways than one. I am left with a deep knowing of what I am capable of, both physically and mentally, and that I'm not done exploring that.
I am so tired, but this is so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
I feel the vast freedom that I truly have, but realized that I hand this freedom over to people once I let in their opinions or judgments or the expectations of a timeline that isn't mine. And of course, the gratitude and the deep connection for the land that I will help take care of as best as I know how.
Wow, there's a lot of hair in here. Is that? Oh no. Oh no. Akila, no, drop it. She's eating horse poop. Akila, no. I have to sleep next to you. I have the wrong lens on, sorry.
Oh, I just got it smudged.
Camera, it's getting wet.
Now that is what I call a backpacker's paradise. I'm just kidding, I've never actually called it that before.
She's still right here. Well, that sounded like rock sliding. This is literally unbelievable.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.